All right, we got the 1120 spoilers, and we're finding out another member of the D clan. It's a character that we've already known about, but we just didn't know that they were a D. This is like the newest D in a long time, I think. We're also continuing the battle against the Gorosei, of course, and we're seeing the gold D Roger reveal to the world, which, we'll get into all of this stuff. But first, let me go over the previous chapter, because we are coming off of a week break. So we were kind of wrapping up the whole Bonnie becomes Nika thing, where her, Luffy, Sanji, and Frankie all teamed up in a group attack, ending with the Dawn balloon that just launched Mars off the island, meaning that we're, I guess, down to 4 Gorosei right now. Then we saw the giant robot, whose name is revealed to be Emeth, come back on and come out of the water after being knocked there by the Gorosei, and Vegapunk's transmission started again. And this is where he starts talking about the Will of D stuff. Then at the end of the chapter, Emeth just punches Mercury in the face, breaking his tusk. And that was the cliffhanger. So coming into this chapter, we see Vegapunk and Clover flashback in Punk Hazard. Clover mentioned that he also bears the name D to Vegapunk. So yeah, that's it. Professor Clover, essentially like the head guy at Ohara, which was like that island of archaeologists. Also the place where Robin was born. We saw in her flashback that it was destroyed in a Buster call because, they were getting too close to the truth about the Void Century. Yeah, it turns out that the head guy there, Clover, is a D. And apparently he was chilling with the Vegapunk on Punk Hazard in the past at some point. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool, but it's just the fact that Clover's dead, and he's been dead for like 20 years or something. I guess it just more so goes into like, oh, he's another D, and these D individuals are supposed to turn the world upside down. One of them or all of them will work together to bring the dawn, or just, overtake Imu and the world government eventually. And I guess he is included in that, since he translated the Poneglyphs, or got some of that information with the rest of the people in Ohara. Back to the present, Atlas arrives at the Sunny and confronts Nusjuro to let the Sunny escape. Okay, so that's kind of a turn of events there. So in the previous chapter, we saw that Atlas was with Sanji and Frankie, like on the giant pirate ship, and Luffy was asking like, hey, where's Usopp's group? And Sanji was like, they should be coming down any second now, but they're late. And Atlas was like, okay, I'll go and see. Because she realized that York is monitoring them. And she was like, Lilith, we should, like saying this, I guess, in her head. I guess staying here and stalling the rest of them so that the Straw Hats can get away, possibly. Or just helping them in general or whatever. I mean, it could lead to them sacrificing themselves or whatever. But her confronting Nusjuro is interesting because last time we saw, I'm pretty sure he was going against Zoro with the assistance of Jinbei. So it's like, where are they? Did Nusjuro defeat them? Or are they just not there for some reason? Okay, so we actually got an update as I was recording this. So apparently Atlas knocked out Lilith, so York can't detect her. And Atlas grabs Nusjuro and flies away with her jetpack and detonates herself to buy time for Straw Hat. At the end, Vegapunk has one more part of the message. Oh, wow. So yeah, I guess that did happen. I wasn't even really sure if she's just gonna sacrifice herself like this, but whoa. So again, not getting an update on what's going on with Zoro and Jinbei, but apparently they're not there. And Atlas sacrificing herself to blow Nusjuro up. Now, there's no way this kills Nusjuro. No way. I mean, maybe it might hurt him a little bit and he has to like regenerate, or he's like down for a second or two. But ultimately this will probably successfully stall him, but there's no way he's going to be killed by this. And I guess we're down to only one Vegapunk left now. I still don't know what's going on with Edison, if he died after his last sequence talking to Stussy. But yeah, Lilith might be the last quote-unquote good Vegapunk left, and then we have York, evil for the world government. The other elders attack Emeth to stop the broadcast and destroy one of its arms. So yeah, I guess the punch that Emeth landed on Mercury didn't really do much, and now they're just all teaming up on him, taking off one of his arms. And Emeth says the time is right, so he will use that. Classic Oda ambiguous non-speak. Gotta love it. But what he's saying here about the time is right, so he will use that. I guess he's referring to whatever Joy Boy told him, because we saw in the previous chapter he was like having this flashback of Joy Boy talking to him. Because he said, remember, Emmett, only when the time is right. So what is the time being right? It's like, did Joy Boy somehow know that all of this was going to happen in the future? Like, hey, in 800 years or 900 years, whatever, you're eventually going to get to the point of where you're fighting the Gorosei again, because I assume he was helping them fight them back in the day, and you're gonna have to protect the new version of me, and yeah, you're gonna have to use that. Now, what is that? I don't know. It could be like some kind of special beam cannon, or it could just be where he self-destructs and, you know, blows up, and then all of Egghead is destroyed, and then I guess he tries to take the Gorosei with him, but he fails, maybe. Or, I don't know, that could be something else, but, you know, I guess we'll see. At the end of the chapter, Vegapunk says Gold D. Roger and his crew were the only ones that know the true history of the world, and people are surprised to know of the D in Roger's name. So, yeah, I know, a little anticlimactic. It's like, we've known this for like 20 years, maybe even longer than that. Not about Roger and them knowing the true history of the world, but knowing that Roger is a D. I'm pretty sure it was revealed by like Dr. Kureha way back at the end of the Drum Island arc. I forget who she's talking to, but she's like, yeah, by the way, Gold Roger's name is like Gold, and his middle initial is D. And that was like a big reveal there, because it was like, whoa, he's got a D like Luffy. Is he Luffy's father? And it's like, of course not, but you know, we didn't really know much at that time. But I guess the world never knew that, because the world government like altered it the way that they altered the rubber fruit. They just made his name Gold instead of having a D in there or something. I forget the exact explanation, but I assume it's something like that. So now the world knows, and now they know that Roger, who is like a D guy, who are the good guys apparently, or at least that's the implication that Vegapunk is giving off, even though he's trying to act like, oh, I don't know which side is good and which side is bad. Now they know that he's the only one that knows the true history of the world. So I wonder if this is going to impact Rayleigh. Like, is the world government just going to double down now and be like, all right, now we got to go after everybody who knows the true history, and they might like go after Rayleigh and Crocus, possibly, and whoever else is left of the Roger Pirates out there. Don't know if Scoppers. Shit for these. I think we're gonna get way more info in the summary tomorrow. Hopefully we do, but let me know what you thought about this chapter in the comments, and if you liked it, guys, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.